So you're thinking about moving to Columbia, Tennessee, but before you do, you kind of want to know the pros and the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, what you can expect, what to look out for, and possibly even what to avoid before making that move to Columbia, Tennessee. Well, you're in luck, because in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to cover. In our opinion, some of the top pros and cons of living in Columbia, Tennessee. And we're going to get after it right now.
This is your first time on our channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Nashville, Tennessee or surrounding areas like Columbia, then hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Nashville. My name is Indru, my partner Tommy and I, we get daily calls and texts from people like you who are looking to make their move to Nashville, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, or book a Zoom call with us. Write all that information, you can find it in the description below. We are more than happy to help you make a smooth move to Nashville. So as Tommy mentioned, today we're going to talk about the pros and the cons about living in Columbia, Tennessee. Now, before we go further into detail, we do want to say, like, hey, if you haven't checked out our full vlog tour about Columbia, you definitely want to check that out. That will give you a better understanding what it would be to actually live in Columbia, Tennessee.
Yeah.
You will get a better vibe about what it is to live here. So this video, we're going to dive just a little bit deeper into some pros and cons. So that being said, let's just start with, and always we like to start with the negative stuff first. So let's jump into con number one, which is crime rate. So looking at the crime rate in Columbia, it is a little bit higher than the national average. It is about 39 in 1,000, while the national average is around 27.5. So it's a little bit higher. However, I'm not going to say that Columbia is the same everywhere.
Right.
There are certain parts of Columbia where the crime rate might be a little bit higher, but other parts where the crime rate is extremely low.
Drastically lower.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, many areas of Columbia are very safe, to raise a family or just to live. Actually, a great website for you guys to check out if you want to, get a little bit more detailed information about that is crimegrade.org. It has a very interesting feature where you practically, it's like a Google Maps. You just like literally open it up, search the area that you're interested in, and you will see certain parts of the city, of suburb. Some of them have like a red, orange color where the crime rate is higher, and then you got other parts which is so green where the crime rate is so low.
Yeah.
So it is really, really kind of like interesting to see. So do not base your opinion about just a number. Do your research as well and look further into it.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of places in Columbia where the crime rate is simply kids throwing rocks at your mailbox. So it's a very safe place to raise a family. Which leads us right into pro number one. In our opinion, I think one of the largest pros about Columbia is that while it is a little bit further from Nashville, obviously, than some of the other suburbs and cities, you're still under an hour, right? So you're still less than an hour to downtown Nashville, to concerts, to music, to sporting events, to all of that downtown Nashville has to offer. Less than an hour, but you're still in a quaint little city that's very up and coming, that still has a lot of that southern charm. You've got a town square. You can get land. I mean land. Acreage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 acres of land, or even just a home on a larger lot. That is a massive pro. As you know, my dad used to say, son, buy land because they're not making any more of it. And Columbia is a place where you can be less than an hour away from downtown Nashville and have a tremendous opportunity to acquire land. Like I said, whether that's acreage for like a farm or even just having homes on larger lots, massive pro to Columbia, Tennessee.
Absolutely. So let's go directly to con number two, talking about Nashville. So obviously Nashville has a lot to offer, a lot of nightlife. The hustle and bustle of Nashville is sometimes really appealing. So if you're somebody who really is looking for that, then Columbia might not be the right fit for you, because you definitely got a couple of bars, you got a couple of restaurants.
You have the factory that we're sitting in right now.
Exactly. But if you're looking for that vibrant nightlife, unfortunately that is something you will not find here in Columbia, Tennessee. So, and like Tommy said, you're gonna have to drive a little bit to get to that, nightlife that you're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is a little trade-off there. Pro number two, though, is the fact that the real estate market here is incredibly strong. So we mentioned this in our full vlog tour, but I'll say it again here. The very highly acclaimed magazine called Southern Living actually very recently listed Columbia as one of the top 10 small towns in the USA to move to, live in, and raise a family. And so the secret is kind of getting out that Columbia is a super sweet little spot with a lot to offer, and that's making the real estate market be incredibly strong. Whether people are moving here from out of state, like I said, looking for acreage, or maybe they're just moving from downtown Nashville and they've lived that life for a little while and now they kind of want to stretch their legs. Lots of people are noticing what Columbia has to offer and moving in. And in my very humble and personal opinion, I think that people that are moving in right now are going to have tremendous opportunity for equity growth over the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you on that. So let's talk about con number 3, which is school ratings. And why I'm saying con, if we're looking at Columbia, which is located in Maury County, right above that you got Williamson County, and obviously Williamson County is known for its supreme school ratings. Talking about Franklin, Brentwood, even Spring Hill. So unfortunately, Columbia doesn't really have such great school ratings. I would not say they're terrible, but they're definitely not A or A plus or 8, 9, 10 scores. So that is considered to be a con if that's really important for you and your family, and if you have children and you do value schools, then definitely Columbia doesn't have the best school ratings.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is definitely something to look out for. And we're going to go ahead and wrap up with our last pro today. So Indro had mentioned that there's not a lot of nightlife in Columbia. But outside of that, right, during daytime hours, Columbia actually does have a lot to offer. We're sitting in an establishment called The Factory, which is an old warehouse that they are redoing, and it's full of little shops and restaurants and boutiques. Very cool vibe. Columbia also has a really nice little town square we were at earlier today. You can get a better look at that if you go look at our full vlog tour. And so there is a vibrant music scene, food scene, art scene. Not late into the evening, but lots of opportunity for your family to get out and explore nature, to explore downtown little square area in Columbia, and it's very appealing. And so what you have is a lot of new businesses that are coming into the area. I learned of one just the other day. I won't mention it by name, but there's a cool new place that does handmade leather goods, and it's a coffee shop, and so you just walk in and it smells like coffee and leather. And so Columbia is drawing a certain kind of vibe and crowd. It's very vibrant and a really great place to raise a family.
Yeah, 100% agree. So let's go to our last con, which is location. And what I mean with that is that obviously it is a little bit far away from Franklin, from Nashville, the bigger cities. So if you got a job there, obviously it's going to be a bit of a commute for you guys, because definitely during rush hour, you're definitely going to hit the 1 hour mark, maybe a little bit longer, depending when you would have to leave to work towards downtown Nashville. Same as Franklin, it's going to put you at 35 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes, again, depending on traffic. So that's definitely maybe not that appealing if you do want to, let's say, if you're not a fan of commuting too much for your work. If you're obviously working from home, wouldn't be an issue. But if you do have a job, for example, in Franklin or in Nashville or downtown Nashville, where obviously a lot of the bigger corporate offices are, where you can make a little bit more money, let me put it that way. So that might be a con for you, that you would have to commute quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely. So lots to consider with moving to Columbia, Tennessee. Lots to offer, but we wanted to make sure that we present you with the whole picture so that you can make an informed decision. So hopefully that helps. Like we said earlier, we also have a full vlog tour of Columbia. Very much encourage you to check that out. As Indro always says, if you have any questions, you can call, email, book a Zoom call. We would love to help you make a smooth move to Nashville. And until then, we hope to see you around town.
Bye-bye.